Tell me when you're ready.
Been ready.
Nigga, we're starting? Or are we starting over?
It's been recording. I'll just cut it out. I got the hiccups though. God damn.
1, 2, 3.
What up?
My guy.
We are back with the Monkeys in a Barrel podcast. My name is Malik.
Monkeys in a barrel. I'm Alex.
And welcome to episode 2.
Or 3. Well, no, we're definitely not posting the first one. Yeah, 2.
I'll just make the first one private.
The first one.
This is 1.5.
The first one was terrible. The second one was awful.
Facts.
So this is
Episode 1.5. So
technically 2. That'll probably be 2 on the
yeah.
thing. But audio only for now.
I feel like it'd be a lot easier for us. Mostly because like that.
We just gotta skip the hiccup.
Shut up, bro. As soon as we started recording, it was just ass motherfucker. But I think it'd just be easier for us to do audio.
For now, at least.
Yeah.
Once we have one of the monkeys is moving somewhere, possibly.
Perhaps.
And if that works out, we will put our funds together to create a hood studio.
Yeah, facts.
And that'll probably include a camera. So
Yeah.
for now, we got audio only. But audio only is nice. I listened to a podcast that said audio is better because you don't feel pressured by the camera. You're more your natural self because they're not seeing you.
Yeah, for sure. And I think for the viewer, I'd rather have something to listen to rather than having just something to watch.
Oh, I definitely won't watch our dumbasses on the couch.
Oh yeah, facts.
I'd listen to us.
Oh yeah,
definitely
for sure.
not watch us.
Like when I was editing the first one, I was just like, I casually just went on my phone and just kept scrolling on my phone. I was like, damn, I should have been doing this shit for a while. But it was just like that calming. I don't know, because you're just doing shit and listening to someone in the background.
Exactly. So how you doing, Holmes? How's your week been?
Shit. Shit. Fucking hiccups. Leave me alone, bro.
Bro.
But this week's been alright. Oh god. Just been planning a photo shoot with us and a few friends.
Going on tomorrow?
Oh yeah, the facts. I don't know. I don't know. It just seems cool. I just want to do something good for my birthday on top of that. So it's like
When's your birthday?
Sunday.
Oh shit! Happy early birthday.
Thanks, thank you. I don't know. I'm planning just doing nothing that day, so might as well just do something before then.
I feel that.
How about you though? How was your week?
First off, Bring Me to the Horizon. The concert was sick.
Fact, I saw your.
Ooh
your,
man!
story.
So it was cyberpunk themed.
Really,
Yeah.
dude. Okay. Cyberpunk has been like really kicking off. Like I saw the stats for their how many players are playing right now. I think it's like 300,000, and like they haven't hit those numbers since launch day.
Yeah.
It's mostly because like the game came out pretty early and wasn't really that good. Well, it was because of all the bugs and glitches in the game.
Yeah.
But after that, the animation dropped on Netflix. It's been popping off.
Yeah.
Like I've been playing the game for so long. I think I have like 45 hours on it now.
Yeah, a lot of people are just playing the game now. It's shocking.
Yeah.
I mean, the game was pretty popular when it began with.
Yeah.
Then the glitches happened, which kind of deterred a couple people.
Yeah.
But I think it caught ground again, and after that, it just kind of died out like any other game. But now it's peaking, man.
But I feel like the only reason why it did so poorly because it got passed on to CDPR. It was because like you're picking up something someone else left off. It's like doing work with someone in a group. Like, hey, this person did something. Like, you got to pick up on that and add on to it. And it's like, damn, this is terrible. Now I gotta like do something else so it would make it interesting.
Yeah.
So I do understand why it was quote unquote bad.
Yeah.
But it's still a great game overall.
Yeah.
Especially the concept. Personally, I love role playing games like Fallout. Bro, me and my dad would just play for hours, bro. Like when you play those types of games, it just feels like you're so immersed in it. It feels like time hasn't passed a lot. Like it could feel like half an hour, but in reality, it's been like an hour and a half, 3 hours. I don't know. I just love getting sucked into the game. Pause. But but I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead and lay a hiccup after that one.
Shut up, bro. I don't know. Have you played Cyberpunk yet?
No, I haven't played Cyberpunk yet. So for all the 6 viewers so far, I am a PlayStation guy, so I have the PS4.
Ooh.
That sounds terrible. A PlayStation guy? I don't like that. I am a Sony player. I don't like that either because Sony sucks.
Shut the fuck up.
I have a PlayStation. End of story. So, but I had never been a big enough gamer to get the new console when it came out. I always let it die out.
For me, it's like there's no point because when you buy a console, you have a product that's gonna last you 10+ years.
Exactly.
So like,
whoa, 10+ years. My PlayStation's only been around for 7, and it sounds like a jet engine.
My PlayStation 3 lasted from when it came out to around 2015.
Yeah,
so it's a lot of time if it's maintained properly and all that shit.
But what are we qualifying as like it still works? Because if I try to boot up Netflix on my PS3 right now, that motherfucker might take 2 years to load Netflix, bro.
But so what I think of as a, you said a good console, right?
Not a good console, but one that is still
functional.
No, functional is different. I mean, like usable. Like your
like
Xbox took how long to boot up Forza, man? You were pissed.
It wasn't even just a game; it was just starting the fucking thing. But I feel like if it still runs a game, can still run a CD. It's totally fine. It's because mostly that's in the situation I'm in right now. But it's just like I just want to play a game. I don't want to do anything else.
Gotcha.
You know, I just want to get lost. Like, ooh. I just want to get lost.
Hiccups are crazy this episode.
Facts.
We gotta put something in the beginning talking about one of the monkeys has hiccups.
Oh my god, they're already gonna know from me that actually hearing me.
Honestly, but yeah, so yeah, that's the only reason I haven't played Cyberpunk because I want to play on the newer console. The PS4 just doesn't run the graphics as good.
Yeah, I kind of been playing the game and it's like the graphics are,
they're good for what they are.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm running an older console. I get it. They're not going to be spectacular.
But it's like a Bethesda style game almost. It's like it's meant to look kind of rough.
Yeah.
But the writing overall, it's fantastic.
I wonder if you guys heard that a car just passed doing the pops. Kaboom. That's what that car did earlier.
Literally, bro.
There was a car that made, or we presume it was a car that went by our residence that sounded like it blew up its engine.
Yeah, like I haven't heard that sound since my dad blew up his old Mercedes engine. Like it was pretty fucking loud.
But yeah, so went to the concert. It opened with a cyberpunk demonic nun with all code on the screen.
Really?
Yeah, I'll send you a picture so you can put it up for now.
Oh, that's sick.
And it like had a statement and everything where it was like, if you have any drugs, Bringing It to the Horizon does not condone drugs. Please consume them now and everything. And it was saying mad stuff. And they even had, you remember the old Windows error code?
Yeah.
After one of the songs that popped up. The hiccups are crazy.
I've never had to say hiccups as bad in forever, bro.
That's funny.
Of course it happens now.
But yeah, so they had this Windows error code. You remember the old red X with the blue? And then yeah,
that's what
so it like glitched out the whole stage. And they had the Windows error code there.
Really?
And you heard the singer, he's like, the fuck's going on? And then the AI popped up again. She was such a cool part of the show. And she was like, I see 0 mosh pits detected. And then it put on the screen, opened this place up.
Oh, no, that's sick.
Dude, it was such a sick concert. Definitely my top 3.
Dude, like the visuals like that, like was it like 3D-ish or was it just on the giant?
No, it was 3D-ish.
Dude, like I watched the behind the scenes of like an EDM not concert but like a festival doing that.
Mm.
Literally, it takes months, even years, to get something like that's perfected. It's I find it so cool because it's basically I don't know. It's easy. I guess the software they use is really easy to pick up, but the stuff they're doing is so intricate, and it just makes it that much more an art form, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was it was one really big screen, then the 2 bigger screens, and then they had like steps to that also lit up with the screen. Yeah, it was a sick concert. It's a really awesome concert. Other than that, not much. Going to classes, doing that, you know.
Yeah, the average student.
Yeah, just hanging around. You know, nothing really, really exciting.
Yeah.
Definitely saw some stuff. And controversial topic. Some people just don't have rhythm, man.
Which one?
Man, I sat next to this couple, right, at the concert. And we were all headbanging, you know, doing the metal rock thing. And she and him were so out of time and out of. They're so offbeat, man. It was so crazy to watch.
But you also gotta think about like, okay, I was at a Suicide concert. Like
a Suicide concert. That sounds crazy.
Or Suicide Boys. The hiccups are cutting me off. I was at a Suicide Boys concert like a few weeks ago, and like before they came out, it was like everyone was like vibing like in the groove of things, and then it got later and later and later, and people were getting drunker and drunker, higher and higher. So like I can, and like literally I was looking around me when Ruby and Scrim came out, and like motherfuckers were like, yeah, fucking just drunk vibing. You know the feeling, like it's like I'm just here. It was just that vibe. So like what time did they come out?
Man, I don't even know. So I thought there was 4 bands. Luckily there was only 3. And nothing against like smaller artists. It was Sick Brain, Knocked Loose. It was 4, yeah. It was Sick Brain, Knocked Loose, Grandson, and Bring Me to the Horizon. Every one of those bands put on a really good show. The problem was it got to a point where my ass started to hurt because it was on bleachers. It was like, this concert had been like 6 hours.
What?
It was like at least, that was an exaggeration. Probably like 4-hour concert. Probably.
Yeah, around average.
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 hours. There was just so many bands back to back. It was hard to like focus on them. And I waited in line for merch for like an hour and a half.
Of course you did,
dude.
Well, I would not. For me, I wouldn't waste money on merch.
Man,
like, I already gave the artists money.
Dude, for everyone that is in watching this video, you like 2 people. Go look up Bring Me to the Horizon merch and tell me that's not awesome. If you're listening to this podcast, you should be not into stuff like that, but at least not against stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So everything else was just an interesting week, normal stuff, doing what I do.
Yeah. I think that brings me to one thing. I do remember what you were talking about. You were talking about big concerts versus like small venue concerts. And
So,
I have a perfect example as well.
Go for it.
So when we went to New York, like that we saw City Morgue. It was Zilla Kami and Sauce Mula, and Denzel Curry came out. It was fucking wild.
That was crazy.
Like literally, I'll remember that day for the rest of my fucking life. To be honest with you,
I'll remember that like a minute.
because that was like, out of all the artists I want to see that aren't dead, like X, or like Lil Peep,
That
like
aren't dead or
that aren't, like
okay.
like I don't know, all the artists.
Actually, a lot of people are definitely dead.
Yeah,
You mean
like,
the artists that you think are gonna die?
No, like what I mean is like, like the artists that passed away, like those are artists I wanted to see really bad.
Oh, yeah,
but, like,
yeah,
I guess
yeah,
it's
yeah.
too late. But like we were at this City Morgue concert. Venue was pretty small. It wasn't small. It was
packed. That
Yeah,
was
it
why
was
I think it was
definitely
small. It was like a bigger club.
It was pretty fucking big.
It was decent. I have a video of like everyone's lights up, and it goes back really far.
Yeah, it was at the time where we were in the beginning. It was like, okay, this place is fucking enormous. And like, and we started walking around and trying to like go to the bathroom and shit. Like, okay, this place isn't small, but I feel like just the atmosphere made it feel really big.
Yeah.
And like those like small venue concerts are really cool because for me, like I get, for the artists, I feel like it's more intimate for them.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of like being in a big concert like this. When I went to the Suicide Boys concert, it wasn't really that exciting. Oh, like don't get me wrong, their music is fucking awesome. Don't get me wrong, but
Gotcha.
it was just like I feel like they know like Suicide Boys can control a smaller crowd a lot better than a whole like stadium.
I get that.
Charger fell.
Hello guys, our charger fell.
Don't worry about it.
But alright, so my thing isn't that bigger concerts are naturally better than smaller concerts. I don't believe that. I think that that's like, if you're a smaller artist, you can still put on a phenomenal show. I thought Bring Me to the Horizon was small. I didn't know they were that big. I was expecting some smaller, like, it was at the Big E. If you guys don't know, they definitely know what the Big E is. We're not big enough to get... you're people from Florida.
Yeah, they do not know what
the Big E is a really big
the
fair.
Big E is,
yeah, it's like a really, really big fair. It's a state fair, but it's basically all of New England comes together to do it. So it's a bigger fair, like the town fairs, again, just bigger. Say big like 8 times.
Goofy ass.
But, and it is, like I said, a larger fair, but it isn't that rowdy. they control it pretty well.
Yeah.
Like, there's never been like, oh, this guy, like, there's a crackhead walking around. You know what I mean? Like at the town fairs, you see these people. It's like, ooh,
like damn,
we out here, huh?
But I feel like since it's such a big event, they won't allow that type of shit to happen.
That's what I thought.
Really?
But it was, dude. Okay. For everyone watching, Pickle Rick is a character on Rick and Morty, and it is literally a pickle version of Rick. There was a Pickle Rick dancing around the crowd. He was in the mosh pit, waving it around, dude.
Dude, that is actually...
And I saw...
Awesome.
We've been to a couple of concerts, each of us. We've been to a lot of... I've been to Slipknot, and we've both been to City Morgue. We've been to some crazy concerts. I've never in my life... And because it was a fair, there was a lot of, like, outlandish stuff.
Yeah.
That wasn't like, oh, my God, this is scary. It was just like, wow, that definitely wouldn't happen if we weren't at a fair.
Yeah.
They were throwing teddy bears up in the air.
What?
They were like whipping stuffed animals
hilarious.
into the air. It was amazing to watch. And then the one thing that I've never seen thrown that was like, oh, this happened because we're at a fair. Somebody threw a belt.
What?
Like their belt into the air. Twice.
Damn, about to hit someone in the head, give a concussion.
I was
bro.
like, what made you throw your belt?
Like,
That's
who would have thought of that?
like cool, I guess.
Shit.
He was in the back too, so it was like you're not even like
Hell no.
you're just vibing along. But hey, man,
How do you think they? How well do you think they control the crowd, with being a festival and everything?
so at the end of their finale, somebody got really hurt, and they stopped the show. And me and Melody, the person I went, my girlfriend, we left because it was like a stoppage of like 20 minutes. They had to clear away. Like the singer had to be like, clear away for this ambulance. This guy. So basically, at concerts, if you've never been to a concert, they have these metal barricades, so you can't just run up to the artist. At least at the semi-bigger ones.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
the smaller ones have something like it. Apparently, the dude was crowd surfing, where, again, if you don't know, they just lift it up and they surf on top of the crowd. I guess he got thrown into the metal barrier and cracked like not a part of his skull, but I guess he was bleeding really badly from his head.
Those things are like heavy shit.
Yeah,
That shit ain't going
it's solid
nowhere,
metal.
bro.
So they saw that because he hit the closest thing to them, and they stopped the song and they were like, "We really need an ambulance right now." And the problem with those types of concerts is there's always something that you can't control.
Yeah.
Because it was big enough where you do not have enough people to stop this. If we wanted to riot, we could have rioted. Yeah, there was not enough people to there was enough people to take us down and slow it down. It wouldn't turn into we're burning down the whole fair.
Yeah.
But it definitely would get out of control if we all decided to team up, which basically is what we're doing, just not in a reckless manner. So I think they did a good enough job of controlling it for what they do. Like I said, it's more of a family-oriented fair.
Yeah.
But I still think concert stuff happens. So
Yeah, for sure. I feel like Ski Mask came out for the Suicide Boys concert.
Really?
And Snot as well. Literally,
Really?
all three artists that I wanted to
Go see from Granite,
in one fucking day.
That's
It's like,
crazy.
let's fucking go.
That's
Cross the
pretty
whole
fire.
bucket list off for
That's
now.
pretty fire.
And like, Snot wasn't really controlling the crowd that much. He was, because his music just like, oh, we just vibing for real.
Yeah.
Like
His
nothing
music's
gets him,
always
like, but like this, that's just like, yo, we just for real vibing. This
Yeah.
is like good shit. And then Ski Mask came out. Motherfucker can control a stadium and a half, bro. This man literally got the whole crowd on his feet. I feel like it's just okay. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I think it's all from song choice is the way you're controlling the crowd.
Oh yeah.
Because Ski Mask was just playing hits on hits on hits like he's always been doing.
Oh yeah.
For all his concerts, because but then Suicide Boys they came out and played their new album, but like they just shuffled it around to make it sound hella good, which was like really cool. I like it. That's usually how I play it. Like I always just shuffle around the songs and shit.
Gotcha.
But like I feel like if they were mixing shit in with their old shit in with their new shit, and then playing some like outlandish shit that not many people heard, like the OG fans have heard of.
Yeah.
Like I wanted them to play Second Hand so bad, bro. That's like the first song I ever started listening to them. Bro, I wanted them to play that so bad.
Yeah.
And it's like I felt like they could have the chance to do so, but they kind of just didn't because I don't know if it's because of the label or the way they wanted the show to be set up.
Yeah.
But like I feel like if they were just mixing it up, it's like, hey, give you this instead of this.
Yeah.
Like how and City Morgue was doing the same thing. Like it was our quote unquote fight on concert. I don't believe that. I think it's just a marketing scheme. But
50-50.
yeah, I'd say it's 50-50. But like they were just playing hits and hits and hits from like way back when they started popping, and hits from now. So it's like I feel like that's the best way to like get your crowd on and popping no matter what. Because like towards the end, I was getting like, damn, okay, I'm getting mad tired. But like they're playing the hits at the end. It's like, damn, I'm not enjoying it as much because I'm mad tired.
Exactly.
Like, god damn. And on top of that, I fucking drove for like we drove from Massachusetts to Connecticut, and like we down through Rhode Island and over, and like this guy's probably not watching, but the guy that was driving originally, he literally passed out and like just woke up and was like, yo, what the fuck, can someone else drive? And I was passed out too. I was like, damn, I'm built for this shit. Like I'm built for this shit.
On that dad type vibe.
Literally, I literally drove off of fucking 2 Red Bulls and a honey bun.
2 Red Bulls and a honey bun. That should be the title of this video. 2 Red Bulls and a honey bun. Fuck yeah, man. That's the country shit I've ever heard in my life. This motherfucker said I survived off of 2 Red Bulls and a fucking honey. What type of honey bun was it? If it wasn't a good one, was it one of those white frosted ones?
No, it wasn't. It was like the regular glazed ones. Those the frosted ones are so. They're just too sugary. It's just, I don't know. I can't.
It's just too much flavor on enough, not enough flavor.
It's just like
a dry ass bun with some mad sweet shit.
Flavor from the frosting just sitting there for probably like months because no one eats honey buns. To be honest with you, and like it's just sitting there. It just makes your mouth numb. It's like, this is disgusting. But I literally don't remember a lot from that night just because of the drive home.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember going through Rhode Island. I really don't.
Oh yeah, no, I feel that.
Like I remember going over a hill and saying Connecticut. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
no, but I've heard of things where like truckers do the same thing. Like they drive for so long,
it's just muscle memory.
Yeah, they just space out and they're doing just as good of a job.
Oh yeah,
as if they were quote unquote conscious.
Dude, so I work down the street, obviously, and it's really it's 3 turns basically, honestly, and they're all right turns. Anytime I go with anyone down that way at a certain time, I always naturally almost drive into that parking lot. Don't even realize it. Every time they're like, where are you going?
Sometimes I see you like going in lanes like, what are they going to do?
Yeah, every time, dude, because it's such muscle memory, I don't remember that drive anymore. Because it's so short, it's so easy to remember.
I'm starting to get that with the highway systems now up here and like driving from school and home. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, this is, I don't know.
It's all linked.
I feel like once I start getting to know where I am, I get more comfortable. Yeah. And I feel like that's been apparent in my life. I'm getting a lot more comfortable here than I was last year. So so it's a good sign for me to see, I guess.
Yeah. Going back to the concert topic for one more time though. You know what I think makes like a really good concert?
What?
The transitions between songs.
Yes.
So at the concert, the Bring Me the Horizon concert, they have a song called Kingslayer, right? And it's Meldy's favorite song. So she was recording, and this whole screen went black, and it had like error codes on it. It was like green, like really fast, like hacker text, right?
Like Matrix shit?
Yeah. And it was just running down the screen, and then it was like, it kept saying really small, I want to be a Kingslayer. And it would just slowly get bigger. And it was like, keep typing it. And it just kept typing it and kept typing it and kept typing it. Then a singer, like, jumped on one of the higher, like, platforms, and he sang the, like, chorus of it.
Yo.
But not like the lyrics, just like the music. He was like da 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 da, and then the whole band drops, and the screen changed and everything. I was like, that was the best drop I've ever seen in my life because it was so subtle. It was like I have no idea what's going on, and then they give you that 5 seconds of like yo, and it just jumps. It works so perfectly.
Facts.
The only other band I've seen do that is Slipknot. Well, I've seen a lot of bands do that, but not in like really a creative way. Because, like, definitely I've seen bands like, oh, this was really cool, this is a great song. But some bands just have their own style. Like, Slipknot has everyone get down for this one song. Everyone in the stadium has to get down, like,
that's sick.
Like bend down and everything, or sit down. And then when they drop the song, everyone has to jump up.
That's awesome.
And it's super cool. So I love when bands and, like, artists do that, like, creative way to bring you into the song.
Yeah, I feel like creating that original type of feel to it makes it more memorable. Like, I don't know, like when it comes to like doing those crazy effects or just shutting the lights off, getting because the crowd knows once you turn the lights off, some shit about to fucking happen. Like, That I feel like it's just that euphoric excitement that just gets you and just it gets you to just remember shit. Like
oh yeah,
when that like even when Cindy Moore didn't do nothing crazy like that. But when Denzel fucking Curry came
dropped,
out,
oh
bro,
man, dude, that was
crazy. It was just so casual. He just walked on and started rapping. I was like,
oh yeah, it was
I was like perplexed, bro.
So good because the song is already good. It's their top song.
Facts.
And then Denzel Curry walks out on stage, and you're like, "This is incredible."
Facts. I feel like it's just like I don't know. You got to be original to like get the crowd moving, I guess, or you got to be creative in some sort of way, just like because the people look up to you. The people are in the crowd to look up to you as like a fucking god. So
most of the time,
because they're expecting some godly shit to happen at your concerts.
They're expecting something abnormal. That they're gonna remember.
Yeah, that's 100%.
But speaking of rappers, topic 2. If you've been in the news lately, it hasn't been that hot, but a podcast I listened to dropped it, and I was like, that's kind of funny. 6ix9ine got into a fight with a DJ because he wouldn't play his song. He fought the DJ.
I don't blame the
right?
DJ. I don't blame.
I don't blame the DJ. I respect the DJ for doing that. Like, if you don't like an artist, you shouldn't be like, oh, because you're famous, I'm gonna do what you want. But dude, DJ stood his ground. 6ix9ine being 6ix9ine got upset, confronted the DJ. They got into a little scrap. Crazy part is he got his chain snatched by this random black dude that comes around the corner and literally just whoosh, and just snags it.
That's hilarious.
Disappears. You don't even see like 6ix9ine like, oh no, like out. He was gone.
That's crazy.
I do not think he's getting that chain back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it makes me wonder because there's a lot of artists, which is like, first of all, that's hilarious. No offense to 6ix9ine. I don't like him much as a rapper.
Yeah, for sure.
But his Spanish stuff, and for everyone listening, I'm not Spanish, so don't clown me for this. I do have mad Hispanic friends, and my girlfriend is also Hispanic. So I get the good music, all right? I understand it. I do listen to the Hispanic music, all right? Like, trust me. But I do mess with some of 6ix9ine's Spanish stuff.
Yeah.
I've gotten criticized by that.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only music by him I could listen to.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, I don't know, it sounds like something you'd listen to that is, like, from a Hispanic artist.
Exactly.
So it's like, okay, this shit's badass.
Yeah.
But then it transferred into, like, the crazy shit. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
After like not like learning about him being a little bitch and snitching and all that, he's just I don't know. He's just mad. He's made him mad goofy after that.
If you were a rapper, right, famous rapper, let's say 6ix9ine status, or even like crazier, you would go Travis Scott and Drake, right? Now, not all of them wear crazy stuff, but like you got people walking around like Lil Uzi Vert. That has a diamond in his forehead. Like, what? Like, would you do anything accessory wise to show your money like that? Because I feel like, for one, I don't wear real earrings ever. I don't have crazy expensive ones, honestly, but I have been bought like somewhere between the range of like 60 to like 150-ish earrings. Yeah,
honestly, I just don't feel the need to like pay that much for earrings because I lost this pair like within 2 days of getting it.
Exactly.
So, but at least I got it back though. But like it's just so pointless to spend so much money on something small that you can lose anytime. Like even Kim Kardashian lost her earrings. They were like $500,000 each.
Like that's crazy.
It's like, bro. It's like she was like freaking out. I was like, oh my god. There's like a whole thing about it. I was like, okay, well, for the first place, one, why would you wear jewelry in the pool that isn't a necklace? And two, that's your own fault for paying that much for fucking jewelry. Dude. Get the fuck out of here.
And especially since like, I don't want to say it. Most likely, I'm assuming as guys we lose our earrings in more painful ways, because girls, I'm assuming most of the time, first of all, they're more cautious with their jewelry. Yeah. A bunch of idiots. I've got my chain stuck on my door handle, man. I've definitely almost lost jewelry in the stupidest ways. I feel like a girl, she's protective of it. She knows like not to do stupid stuff.
Actually keeps it somewhere safe.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like they lose earrings. It's like, oh, they like slightly knocked into it or it was loose or something like that. They didn't notice it. It got caught in their hair or something, right? Guys, I feel like it hurts when we get our earrings ripped out, because like obviously it hurts girls too, but I feel like we just are more likely to do some stupid crap that's gonna rip out our earrings. And on top of it, I've had that happen to me. It already hurts. If I were to do that and that earring was $500,000, I might die. I might commit suicide. Like I'm going, what? No way. I can't. How am I supposed to live with that?
Like I feel such like a failure because I lost a $500.
Dude, exactly.
And a thing that's probably not even as big as your fingernail.
Exactly.
It's like it's worth more than a house. It's like what? Like damn, I don't know. I wouldn't risk that. But going to your question about like spending that much to like something physical, like are you talking about like something like Lil Uzi, like it's permanent, or it's like I don't know, just jewelry in general?
I'll say jewelry in general because that's kind of a rare case. I'm not too sure how those He's not really special. He's special the way he did it because nobody usually does that implant with a huge diamond. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that's a common procedure to do, and he just because you could do it anywhere on your body.
Yeah.
I don't recall if you could take him out or not. If for some reason there's actually people watching this, and when you know, please comment it. That'd be super dope because I've always been curious if you could take those out because I've seen people with like the cheek ones. I think.
And then the chest.
I don't think those go all the way through. Yeah, the middle of the chest.
Those are weird. Like, I don't think you can take those out.
I would assume so.
Or I don't know how that works, but I don't want to know.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't mind knowing.
Putting something in your chest that you probably can't really take out is like kind of weird.
Yeah, shoot. Anyone knows? Put it in the comments. If anyone's even watching.
But I don't know. I wouldn't spend money on like jewelry that hangs. I'd probably get like a big ass Cuban link, like a Flavor Flav or something, some mad goofy.
Yeah.
And then just like a plain gold, like 24 karat gold one. Not this simple. I'm not gonna get diamonds and shit because you can lose the diamonds and shit. Not worth it.
Yeah.
I don't know, something outlandish. I guess like if I get like I'd spend my money on a bodysuit, like a tattoo bodysuit.
Oh, okay.
And like
I thought you were wearing around in some skin tight.
Okay, hell no.
I was like, what are you doing? Yo,
like,
man, look, bro. Hey, like, man, do whatever floats your boat. On monkeys in a barrel, we do not discriminate.
Oh hell no. Well, like and all the like the main tattoos, I get like the jewelry that'll like correlate it with like what I don't know. Say if it's like
I kind of
say like you have a crown on your hand.
Yeah.
I get like the actual like diamonds like in the places where they're the
that would be pretty cool. Yeah, that would.
I definitely have it like somewhere on my arm, maybe on my hand, like across my chest. Yeah, or like that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
the places where like it really stands out, like I don't know, because like I don't know, like, I feel like the Tony Stark thing, like instead of like the like here, but right here, or something. I don't know.
For all the listeners, because you just tried to show something.
Oh yeah, in fact, I put it. Okay, let me rephrase that. Okay, I put like a diamond on the back of my hand, and then
or
the diamond on my chest. Yeah, I definitely would try it out with like the stick-on sequins or whatever they're called.
I think it'd be stick-on for hands. It's magnetic for like earrings and nose rings and stuff if you're doing fake. Yeah. But for your hands, it'd probably be stick-on.
Yeah, but like I don't know, just to like to see it, that would be pretty cool. Just like do stick-on stuff before I do it. I don't know. I feel like it will look really good, or it will look mad goofy. But it's 70-30 split, and if it's gonna look goofy or not.
Yeah, I got you. No, I feel that. You know what I would do?
Oh, something else.
What?
I definitely get permanent grills. 100%.
Permanent grills?
Yeah.
I was just gonna talk about.
If I was like mega rich, hella popular, I'd get permanent grills.
Permanent grills is crazy.
I don't know. For me growing up, like you see like all like the people in your neighborhood like that made it out or made it out, I guess, or just like has made tons of money. They all have grills. It's a sign of status. It's like, hey, I did what I needed to do in life. I'm set for the rest of my life.
All right.
Well, okay, maybe not permanent because that's kind of OD. Because like I see the videos of like people with them out getting like service or whatnot, and like they have to grind down to like the bare minimum of your animal. So I wouldn't want to do that. So I changed my mind on that. I get like real like VVS grills, top and bottom, all teeth though.
Gotcha.
What about you?
I would do the fangs.
Like
the canines.
A gold, like a actual like jewelry, or like it's extensions.
So from what I've seen, it's like caps that they put over your canines.
Oh, I know.
Make them sharp. Yeah. The singer of Avenged Sevenfold, Matt His name is M Shadows. I always say Matt because I'm assuming that's what it is, but he always goes by M. Shadows. I don't know if I've ever actually looked up or looked into what his real name is, but yeah, he used to on the old albums of Avenged Sevenfold. He used to have fangs. He used to have I don't know if they were diamond, but he had silver fangs.
That seems pretty sick though.
Yeah, it was really cool. I was like, yo, I don't know why, but I think that's so much cooler than a grill.
Well, yeah, you can get that implemented with grills and shit though.
Also, there was a time on Wild 'N Out where Nick Cannon tried to wear grills. Wild 'N Out is like a comedy rap show. If the people out there don't know,
they just roast each other.
Yeah, but he talked like this the whole episode.
Oh yeah,
it was like falling out of his mouth.
Literally, you can't speak.
Yeah, because
you sound illiterate when you wear grills.
But
which is obviously common sense because you're wearing something that sticks out from your teeth. So I don't know. Like no artist records their music with their grills in. That's kind of stupid.
I would assume that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. Only like Lil Wayne because he has the permanence, but that's it.
Because Lil Wayne's Lil Wayne.
Yeah, that nigga can do whatever the fuck he wants. To be honest.
Honestly. Yeah, man, but yeah, just wanted to get your knowledge on that.
I don't know. I have my own opinion about this cyber stuff. I've talked about it before with you, but like some random reason I really want the Elon Musk chip.
That's a whole nother topic, huh? Facts. Elon Musk chip.
Well,
you want it?
Yeah, if it becomes safe for humans,
100%
I do it.
What is your definition of safe? Like 9 out of 10 people stay alive when they get it. Like what's your ratio where it's like, yeah, I'll take a chance. Because depending on what it does, bro, if it gives me some spidey sense or some crap, I'm 1 out of 10.
So like,
if one of them survives, taking the chance, bro.
So I guess, say 300 million people, like the whole, pretty much the United States.
Yeah,
maybe if either 500,000 to 1 million people have survived, I get it.
Okay, hold on. That logic is crazy.
Because
run that back real quick.
So that would be I'd say 6 and 10 then.
All right. Well, we'll round it up to the entirety of the United States, right? Let's just say I don't know what it is. I think it's 370 million, I think, or something. But let's say they all got it, right? You were the last one to get it. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I think
you were the last one to get it. You're telling me 40% of those 378 something million people, 40% die. You're okay with getting it still? That's madness. First of all, how are you the last one to get it?
But only thing is, I want to be old when I do it. Because
why?
After 75, and shit, I ain't gonna.
I want to be young.
At that age, I don't want. I don't know. There's nothing else for me to do.
If there was
do some wacky shit, so I might as well just do it at that age.
If there was the same risk to reward as other stuff that we do in our day-to-day lives, I definitely would rather do it around my age now than in even 40 plus years.
Yeah. So I feel like with what they're trying to do, I feel like they're gonna try to make images in your head of places and shit based off memories or whatnot. That's very far-fetched and very sci-fi-ish. But I can see that it can you can really go through your memories in a lot further depth and a lot more visually. So I feel like that would be really cool. Just going over my life, looking over the big steps, the bad times, the good times, all that shit. Because I don't know. For some reason, I'd want to do that. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like the cyber tech implants are really cool. I almost said his name. One of our friends, he talked. Well, he talked about. He did a speech in front of us, he was practicing it. He was talking about chips in your hand with from debit cards, chip in our school ID card, stuff like that. I feel like that's really cool and very I feel like a lot really useful. Yeah. Especially people want to go I don't know. Say you want to go off the grid, no phone, no nothing, and you just have mad money in your account. Fucking just.
That motherfucker is tracked.
Yeah.
You are not off the grid. They know where you are. Facts. They're just letting you chill.
I don't know, but say maybe it's in a world Cyberpunk 2077 where there's no phones and shit that, such shit like that. That's cool.
That would be cool. Yeah, I get that. The only thing I have wrong with the chip in my hand thing is I had to change my card recently. If If I gotta go to the fucking hospital and change my card, I'm killing everyone in that bitch, bro.
I don't think they would do that. I think there's like
I'd hope it'd be like adjustable,
like a
link.
think there's like a certain step they have to do. Where like, hey, we have to extend this card, but it's in this person's hand.
And also, it has to only be the chip.
Yeah,
I'd feel more comfortable.
Because
if somebody could hack my hand,
that'd be hilarious.
No, it would not. No, it would not. In any way, shape, or form. There's so much you can do with my hand. Hack my thigh. Do something stupid. Like, not my hand, dude.
Oh, hell no.
Like, go ahead, hack my left eye.
What?
Like, do something that
everything I see. Yeah.
Dude, you know how much my hand could do?
What do you mean?
If you had, whoa, pause. Anyway,
don't even say that to me,
bro. If you had complete control over my right hand, right? You know how much crap you could get into?
Well, it's not connected to your nervous system.
Oh, okay. I'm not saying in the general sense like you could hack my little hand, but I'm saying if you could fuck up my hand by like overheating it or something, like no, fuck that. That's terrifying.
Yeah, I do see that, but I feel like that's I don't know. I wouldn't say it's far fetched, but like it would. I don't know. I could definitely see that happening now.
I just feel like we got really quick, really randomly, like with technology advances.
Yeah,
like within the recent years.
Ever since the Google Glass came out, shit's been different.
Well, I just remember one day, and this isn't even crazy. It was like, oh, these glasses show you stuff on the lenses, and then on top of that, they have cameras built into it. And it was just mad random. I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing that we were trying to do. Like, cool? Like, but it's on a commercial? Like, that sounds like something that, like, isn't open to literally everyone. What? Like, okay, I guess.
So, like, okay, getting into technology, I feel like, you know how the Google Glass came out and no one was interested in it?
Mm-hmm.
But then a few years later, VR came out.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Google Glass was the big stepping stone in the direction of where we're getting augmented reality and VR. And I think soon enough, the Google Glass, well, I won't think the Google Glass, but other companies copying the Google Glass will, like, take a lot. I can't speak right now. They'll take advantage of that thing where, like, oh, we know what this does now. We know the capabilities of it.
Got you.
Now we can have it smaller in every use. I can see someone capitalizing off that. And it's very. I can definitely see it happening in the future because since like there's like a lot of advancement in technology. I guess that's probably the next step. Instead of having a phone or a PC, like for the phones we made the PC a lot smaller and more portable. So I feel like making
the general PC
and now taking a step to making the phone more easier to like
access with
and like it literally is on your face all the time pretty much if you're gonna be using it. So it's just making it smaller and more portable.
Yeah. I get it. And like I said, I'm not against it. I think cyberware is cool. I think that concept of like what they discuss with Cyberpunk is really cool. Yeah. Really interesting and fascinating. I definitely would want to be a part of it. I just feel like there's a lot of steps I gotta go through where it's like I need to know that at least I won't be the only one that's at a disadvantage if something goes bad. Like if it was more on a globalization standpoint, like, oh, this is happening everywhere.
Then if it's like making it the standard,
almost like the vaccine.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the vaccine is probably 7 in 10 people get it. Most people are fine. You get sick for a day or two. I'll take the chances that even if for some weird reason the government is chipping us, everyone else is doing it. Yeah. I'll take the 50-50, not even 50-50, but let's say it was 50-50. Yeah. For some freaking reason the government's chipping us. Like, I'll take the 50-50. It's like everyone else is doing it. I'm not any more special than any of you. There's no reason I should hide and you guys shouldn't. So
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, man, cyberpunk stuff and sci-fi and technology is really cool. It's interesting.
It's really crazy seeing like sci-fi evolve too.
From
just Star Trek and Star Wars to like what we have now in video games. It's like
really fascinating.
It's crazy to see like how the generation before us sees the future and how we see the future and how much it's probably not gonna be what we think it's gonna be. You know, if you get what I mean.
I get it. Before we cover our last topic, How do you feel about like us? Just a short one. How do you feel about us creeping up on like the timelines that are put in games?
What do you mean?
If we,
oh my god,
if we live like regular lives, we're definitely gonna hit like some of the times Call of Duty called out. We're gonna hit 2077. Like we're gonna hit some of the times that we're like, it's so futuristic in these games.
But it's just like it's like I said before. Like it's like what the older generation had. Like this is what we expected. Like no, like Back in the Future. Like
oh yeah,
that's what I feel like Cyberpunk is. It's like it's literally like Back to the Future. And like. And it said in 2015 we'll have like hoverboards and shit, and the only hoverboard we had was on fucking 2 wheels. It wasn't actually a fucking hoverboard. Like
so it's gonna be like a dumbed down version of what Cyberpunk is.
I wouldn't say dumbed down because I feel like Cyberpunk is very, very far fetched in what it's.
That's true. Cyberpunk is crazy.
It's like taking steampunk to a different futuristic level.
It's putting steampunk in a like electronic world.
But it's like. I guess it's like giving such a far-fetched future that some things may actually happen. So I feel like in that sense, it would be cool. Yeah. Or like in the case of hoverboard, where it didn't really really get a hoverboard. We got like it on 2 wheels. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that's what stuff we're going towards.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, for sure.
But with that, the last topic, semi-serious one. Well, very serious. It's very serious. Now, what's happening? For the few people that are watching, there was an event that happened called. It was either H2O or H2OI.
H2OI is the fucking hardest name to fucking say.
But basically, what happened is there are these things called takeovers in the car community, and basically, what that is, by at least most people's definition, I believe, and my definition at least, is blocking an intersection. And doing stuff on public roads. Yeah. Car meets are not really takeovers, but like park and do stupid stuff is kind of a different stuff where we go to the parking lot and do those actions we do in intersections sometimes in parking lots in more safer environments where anyone that is there is participating with it. Yeah. Basically with H2O, what happened was they were doing it on a public street. It was a takeover, and I don't know the specific details, but I know a lot of people got injured, and if I recall right, at least more than 2 people died.
Yeah. So the first case I heard about was the 17-year-old in like a new Honda Civic. Like she was going. I think it was in New Jersey. So New Jersey is a tight, compact city like New York, pretty much. And like she was going 70 in a 25 after the event because H2OI isn't what it's made out to be in the news right now. It's like a sanctioned park and chill event. Yeah, I heard about that. The cops are so strict there. Like they tow the cars and shit because they tow the cars after the event because you have this car. We don't care that you had it in a show. Yeah. This is illegal in our state. We'll still tow your car. Yeah. Like they're that strict with it. But I guess this year I don't think they were actually takeovers. Well, the next incident I'm going to talk about it was. But in the first incident, like the 17-year-old girl, like she had a car full of people, I believe, and she was going 70 to 25, and then a family of like four or five, I think, she just fucking mowed them down. Yeah. Like there's supposed call logs of her calling her mom and like being really freaked out about it. Oh yeah. It's really sucks. I have a family friend that didn't do something similar, but he was speeding and he hit an elderly lady, and I think it was in the car. She was in the car and she ended up hitting a tree and passing. I don't know the full story. Oh my god! I was just given like bits and pieces of it. I was just really young, and it's really affected me in how I drive. Yeah. Because I don't know if you noticed, but I like get way the fuck over whenever someone's walking the road. Oh yeah. Because I'm like really like my worst fear is hitting someone. Yeah. And like being in the same situation that's been similarly happened to someone I know. Gotcha. And then the second incident was an actual takeover where they blocked the intersections and do donuts. It was a father and son in a golf cart, because in still small cities like same thing in like Delray Beach where it's like a compact area, they can just take their golf cart and go wherever they want. Yeah. And I guess it was happening, and they were trying to cross to go home or get to the destination, and I guess the car. I don't know the full story. I'm very vague on it, but the car hit the dad and son in the golf cart and ended up killing both of them. It's very sad to see because personally I don't really mess with takeover events that much.
Takeover events, yeah.
And like the one we tried to go to anyway was a bust because the cops are all over it.
So
and it's just we like deep down we like the people in the car community or people that weren't even fucking with it really knew like this shit's something really bad's gonna happen. Yeah. Like there's been videos people getting hit while like people are doing donuts like getting launched, but it hasn't been death.
Oh yeah, it's always been
and like. We kind of like in the back of our head knew like someone's going to die. It's going to happen soon, and it ended up happening at one of the biggest events held for the car community.
Oh yeah,
and then it's really a thought about what's going to happen now for the modified car community or like what because like we go to these meets and stuff to have fun after school, after work, after a day, just go out and chill with people that have the same. Like a mindset, so it's and even the show you went like the little car show you went today. Like last week it was popping. This week there was just no one. I feel like it really affected what we call a community at the end of the day.
Yeah. So before we continue the topic, definitely want to put out not a disclaimer, but kind of personal opinion from. I don't want to speak for the both of us, but I know how Malik feels about this anyway. We have attended car shows, we have attended takeovers, and we have attended park and chills and doing stupid stuff in
basically we've seen it all.
Yeah, we haven't taken part in the actions as much as other people. Like we're not the ones doing donuts. We both have front wheel drive cars.
Yeah,
but
we can do it.
Yeah, but we have done more reckless stuff than we should have.
Yeah,
and
100%.
It's definitely gotten to a point where when H2OI happened, I don't even want to be from a selfish point. It was just standing from like, me and Malik both have videos of one instance, a probably 10,000-pound truck
like Dodge
was doing donuts.
Ram,
yeah,
with a flatbed, with literally a metal flatbed.
Oh yeah,
just doing donuts and like literally almost hitting people on the way in, and then the guy was doing donuts and came barreling at us and barely stopped in front of us.
He basically lost control.
That was like one of the scariest moments.
It was definitely an awakening. It was like
that was like for me. That was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Like we really can't fuck around with this. And like one other thing, I don't mean like interrupt the what you were trying to talk about, but there's people that bring their children to these types of shows.
Oh man,
It's very. I wouldn't say it's sickening. It's just very disappointing, because one, there was an incident at one of the shows where like they were threatening to shoot each other because a stupid. It was like a meaningless argument.
Yeah, it was something.
There was kids there, and they were really talking recklessly about shooting around people, their kids, and just an open crowd.
Yeah,
it's very uncalled for. It's just sickening to see. But continue. Man. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to rant.
Well, it's just we've had fun at these events at points, and obviously we've attended these activities, quote unquote, that have been dangerous and not okay for certain communities, and we've done things where it was like not done things, but we're a part of things where it was like this could either hurt somebody, or potentially kill somebody. We've never been to the extent where either somebody came really close to dying or somebody was killed, but we've definitely had our instances where, for instance, like the truck, that was a huge truck coming towards us.
I feel like that was luck.
Oh yeah,
that was luck on our side.
He was moving towards us.
That thing was inches away from us.
Yeah,
like it wasn't even funny.
Even the night you went to the concert, I have a video of me getting at least 3-4 inches away from a car, doing probably 40 miles an hour.
I think the same night, some people were like in the bed of a truck and they
fell out. That was the same night as the time that they lit the parking lot on fire, and he was doing donuts around the flames. On top of that, they took over an intersection and were blocking people. My friend's mom actually got stuck in it.
Really?
and called my friend that was in the car with me while we were at this takeover, talking about, why are you kids doing this? I'm literally just trying to get home from work.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not okay. So
it in that case, it just brings a bigger inconvenience to the everyday person around us.
Yeah.
Mostly because people are getting off. It's not like people are not getting off of work at 11, 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
People have to do what they have to do. And if you're taking away the sense of just the simple act of going home just to get rest, you get ready for the next fucking day. Yeah. It's, I don't know. I feel like if it was still popular to contain the chaos in a specific area, that would be 10 times better. But in the mindset of our generation, there has to be something better. We have to think of something new. Guys, fuck it. We have to think of something crazy because we get popular of things that are crazy, and we get really addicted to that. So I feel like that mindset really carries on to like that's why they're doing it, to get more people to look at them. You know, it's I don't know. It's ridiculous because I feel like at the end of the day, I don't feel like they think about other people's safety or other people's like them, how they inconvenience other like regular civilians in their everyday lives.
Now I will say, with full disclosure, I'm definitely not trying to act a certain way with the podcast or be some sort of way for YouTube. Nope, not happening. But with that being said, I will say that when it is in the parking lot, I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it when it's in the parking lot. And honestly, from that standpoint, I am putting myself in this danger, and I'm accepting any factor that comes from this danger.
Yeah.
Like, if one of these cars spin out, I pulled up to this parking lot. Yeah. I got as close as I could.
It was my decision.
Exactly.
So.
When we go to the intersections and start doing stuff on the street that is affecting other people that are just minding their business and have nothing to do with it, even kids, it gets to a point where it's like, okay, I'll admit I have attended these events and I've videotaped it. I've done things, not at them, but I shouted. I thought it was interesting at least, and even cool at times. But now seeing that, it's like, oh, this is literally now hurting pedestrians.
Yeah,
it's no longer like this is cool or this is like rebellious stuff. It's like, no, I'm literally watching somebody murder innocent people that are just minding their day. Like, my dad has a bike. It's a drag bike. And what that means for people that aren't interested in the car or bike scene, drag bike basically is they build these really fast bikes or cars as fast as they can, and they see who could go down a distance in a straight line. Either they go to quarter mile, eighth mile, and I think they only go up to half mile. No, I don't think mile tracks exist unless you're flying a rocket.
It exists.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I guess so. But basically, my dad always talked about, like, they're taking down all these tracks. There's no place for me to even race this bike anymore because it's not even street legal.
Yeah.
Even if I was on the street, this bike does, like, easily over 180. It's not okay to be testing my bike out like that. I'm not going to say if he has done it or not, but, like, they're taking away the places where we could have done this. If somebody were to build a drift track or, like, a bent where it was like there's a box where you can do donuts, it's safe, pedestrians are okay, they're out of this. If you show up, you're not even in danger. You don't have to risk your life to see this happening.
Yeah.
It would be such more of a safe environment. And that's why I think if I ever got to a standpoint where I could do something like that, I would definitely try to put more of that in Connecticut so we don't have these dangerous events happening.
We do have, I think in Connecticut there are a lot of local tracks like Thompson and I forget the other one that is in Lime Rock. Because Lime Rock has very strict rules from them being owned not being owned, but they race a very like prestigious race there. Like IMSA goes there. That's like their biggest event, but like that's the only options you have here, and they're like all 40 miles away from each other.
Oh yeah.
And then back home where I'm from in Florida, we have this place called Palm Beach International Raceway. It literally was There was reports on it being bought out to get turned into like a Walmart supercenter, and literally the area I lived in was literally, I don't know, the community was lived at PBIR before, like I don't know, I don't want to try to say, but like it's like the community was thriving off of that because that was the go-to spot for families, for people with the same.
It was something to do.
Yeah, but now like now with that group being threatened to like, oh, this is getting taken away. Where else are they supposed to do that? The nearest track there is Daytona. You can't do the things that you can do at like the local tracks because it's owned by NASCAR. You're not allowed to do those things.
Oh yeah.
Same thing with Homestead. You can't do those certain things because it's owned by NASCAR. Same, and there's the firm that in Florida, which is, I lived in West Palm Beach. That was like a 3-hour drive. Same thing with OSW. That's a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
No one's gonna want to do that.
Exactly.
So like, I feel like the more we take away with these outlets, because they think, oh, this is dangerous, they shouldn't be doing this, so we're just gonna take it away. I feel like that's just the total opposite and total fucking shit way to do things. I think by giving communities what they want, or like giving a community a plot of land of what they want to do whatever the fuck they want, that's the best idea to have. They have the safety crews there, have like crowd control, have all that.
Exactly.
And the same thing, it applies to another thing from back home. There's spring training in my hometown, and like before that, they were trying to get soccer fields there because there's a giant amount of foreign people that live in that area, and like and they don't have an outlet for soccer because there's no soccer field near them.
Yeah.
And literally, they just said, no, we're not putting soccer fields in. We're putting in spring training, baseball fields, because that's where we're going to get the most money. It's at the end of the day, it's all a capitalistic move on people taking this stuff away from us, because we need to make money off this. We need the money for this, that, the third. Like, instead of noticing like, hey, there should be shit for the community I don't know. There should just be shit for each community around locally, you know. I'm getting really jumbled, but because I don't know. For me, it's like crazy to talk about it because it sucks to see certain things being taken away from a group of people that
literally dying out.
Yeah, and that's why we have what we have now with the takeovers and shit. Like I don't know. It brings in the world problems too. Like everything's about money. It sucks to see.
Yeah. Nah, it's terrible. Because, I mean, me and Malik's have quote-unquote modded cars. Mine's a little differently modded. Because I'm more of a quote-unquote sound head. Or just I don't...
Little basic.
Yeah. I haven't bought a car that I want to work on yet. But I definitely want to do what Malik's done. With his car, he's done more tuner side stuff where he's, building it to how it drives. But it's dying out, the outlet to go do stuff like that. Like it's an enjoyable hobby where it's not just kids. Like me and Malik,
old heads.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
The Yukon meet was just like older people
it was
past
a
the age
bunch
of 40.
Different people, yeah.
It wasn't like the kids, like the people showing their cars were literally old heads.
Exactly.
Like,
and it's like it's not just kids.
Yeah.
There's older people that show up that have amazing cars, and then there's younger people that show up that are either trying to build their own car or literally already have all incredible cars. There was an instance where I think we talked about on the last podcast, if you could make out what we're saying. There was an instance where I think a kid was driving a GTR, which if you don't know, is an expensive ass car. And it was modded, it was nice, it was really cool. So it's just an enjoyable hobby that I don't think should get taken away. And I'm not saying that these takeover things where innocent people are losing their lives should keep happening. And I definitely am going to at least try to stray away from attending them. Sometimes it's hard if you're going to the parking lot and then they go to one of these spots and you pull up and they're just there. It's like, oh, I'm just sitting here waiting for the next spot. Yeah. And again, can't say I haven't enjoyed them, but definitely have changed my standpoint on how I view them for at least now.
Yeah, at least what happened last week.
Yeah, because it's innocent people. If it was some idiot that was trying to get too close, stay out the pit.
Yeah. Because when we watch those videos of people getting hit by the cars,
it's like they're just running.
That's your fucking fault.
Yeah, they're running through the cars.
And I've done it too. But
we've definitely done it, but you accept
I accepted the danger, and in life you have to accept like there's risk to what I'm doing,
exactly.
No matter what it is, like it's even the simple shit. There's always like a risk that can happen to you, you know. So you can't just go into something and say, "Oh, I'm gonna be safe. Oh, this is nice." Yeah. Like I worked at a job where I couldn't like when I worked at a marina back home, I literally could have died any day. But I signed up for that job, and I did what I did without getting killed, and I did what I need to do in the proper way. And if you follow those rules, you won't get killed.
Exactly.
But like even though like there's no rules for these takeovers events, there's obviously unspoken rules what you should do and what you should not do.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I completely agree, and it's just I don't know. It's definitely changed my mindset on it.
Yeah, it changed everyone's mindset.
Oh yeah, the car community.
Like no, it's not even like a few people. It's the entire community, from race car drivers to fucking people that host these meets.
Oh yeah.
Actually, no, not personally. Not to attack the groups, but they haven't changed their mindset at all. I really don't.
A couple of them have.
Really?
Yeah, a couple of them have. Have you know what Quiet Club is?
No.
So Quiet Club is this huge club in Texas that literally runs from the cops. There's a video. He has a C7 Corvette, completely tuned, all modified.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Fast as hell. Yeah, the black one.
Yeah.
They have the quiet plates, so you can't read their plates.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a video of him running from the cops. He does these huge meets, but he doesn't do takeovers. And he's posted multiple times, just because I run from the cops doesn't mean that it's cool to me. I do it because it's a lifestyle I've chosen. I'm not telling you to run from the cops. I'm just telling you that this is what I do. Right?
Yeah.
And that might be a little like...
At least it's just like the sense of him knowing the consequences of his actions.
But it's just like, look, I'm not saying this is for everyone. That's basically what he said.
Yeah.
And then he came out with a statement talking about H2OI. This huge guy, I think he has 93,000 on Instagram, right? Hell, who knows who has on TikTok. But, like, he came out with a statement being like, these takeovers need to stop. Keep pedestrians out of it. Keep traffic out of it.
Yeah.
Keep anyone that's not involved in the car community out of it. We don't need to drag all these people in.
And that I feel like that's why all these regulations are starting to pop up. Like, California, like, they're... Like, you go there in a modded car getting state ref immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's... Like, California is the biggest example of what's going to happen if shit like this doesn't get in check. Mm-hmm. They're just going to take away the shit we love to do.
Oh, yeah.
And we know it's going to happen because they had the fucking power to.
Yeah.
There's no question about it.
Yeah, man. But rest in peace to the people that lost their lives. That's really terrible.
I hope the families are handling this well. I hope the best for the families.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to happen what happened. I'm sorry to see what happened.
I hope the car community in some way is contributing to them. Obviously, sadly, we're not big enough to do anything for them, but I hope there's some sort of GoFundMe.
Yeah.
That's out there for them, because that's
if you ever want to do research on it and you find a GoFundMe, please link it in the comments below. I'd totally love to put it in the video and at least help the cause.
It's freaking terrible, but
just put a foot forward.
Yeah, man.
Damn, that was sad as fuck for the end.
Hey, man. Shit happens. Yeah. It's in the world. Will we continue the podcast if one of us died?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
especially if it was making money.
Oh, yeah.
I'd definitely
say less.
I'd definitely be like, why the hell aren't you continuing this?
Bring me the check.
Exactly. We can find another monkey. They're all over the freaking place.
Yeah.
But speaking of monkeys, podcast number 2.
In the books.
Freaking officially. Hopefully this audio is better than the first one.
Oh yeah,
we'll start tagging this one.
I feel like this is so much better.
Oh yeah, but we will say that we probably will go back to a visual look eventually.
Yeah.
We plan to stick with this for, I don't know, yeah. Even if it doesn't gain traction, I'd give it at least a year.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know. I feel like this is just giving us something else to do.
Oh yeah.
On top of school. Like,
oh yeah.
This is like a stress reliever almost.
Oh yeah.
Talking, because we don't. I don't know. As friends, we don't really talk to each other about this type of stuff.
I definitely think that's a cool thing.
About our feelings that much to each other either. So I guess we're getting to know each other a lot better, and then just talk as two adults.
Agreed. But we will see you next week. We might do these 2 a week. We might do these 1 a week. It'll definitely stay 1 a week for now.
Yeah.
We'll let you know when we come back with visuals, or we'll just do it randomly one day.
Yeah.
But again, with that. Monkeys
in a barrel.
Yes, sir! Peace!